Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gate.
Let's love.
Y'all, we are here. We have a special guest today. This is Reality Gaze.
You don't have to call me special. I'm always here.
I wasn't.
Oh,
Trust me. Nope. Definitely not special. Completely mediocre, actually. We have Linda Antwi from 90 Day, the Melanated Way.
Hi, guys. I'm so excited.
Hi.
This has been so long in the making.
it has.
Exciting.
It really is because, y'all, as many of you, some of you know, some of you don't know, Linda and I go way back. We were originally on the Arrow panel on CW at AfterBuzz many moons ago. Probably one of my most
88.
1988. Yes.
Not quite 1988. I would have been a toddler crawling.
There you go.
Not walking yet, but it feels like 1988 since COVID.
It does. I enjoyed that time because, and hopefully we can recreate that of where Linda couldn't even talk in the show because I would just make her laugh.
Mm-hmm. All
That would
the
happen.
time.
That would happen several times.
Yeah, that does get old, Linda. That you get immune to it after a while.
So yes, we've just been trying to get our shit together. Either we had our shit together and then Linda didn't, or Linda would say, "Hey, I'm ready," and I'm like, "We don't have our shit together right now." So it's been a long time in the making, but we're happy it's finally here.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And so Linda, let's just jump in. You've been on. For everybody, we're gonna talk to Linda today. We're gonna play some games. She's got some hot tea she's gonna drop on our show today, and then also we're gonna do a part 2 that's gonna drop on Linda's feed, and she'll be sure that's gonna be for ours. We don't do a video, but they'll be able to see the video or listen to it, right, Linda?
That's right. Either or.
I'm
like
gonna be
options.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in kabuki makeup for her section on video.
Oh, I
just
love
need some time.
Great. We won't get letters about that at all.
Not at all. Not at all. It's fine. Perfectly acceptable.
Perfectly acceptable.
I want to know, tell us about your show, Linda, or tell us about your Instagram. Tell us about why you said, I need a page about 90 Day, the Melanated Way. I want to talk about what perspective, what made you say, I need to do, I have so much shit to say, and here we go.
Well, first, Poodle, I talk a lot, and I'm a 90 Day fan. So I've been with 90 Days since day one, and I just felt like, you know what? There needs to kind of be like a Black girl perspective, because some of us Black girls see things completely differently, and we want to talk about it, and it wasn't really being represented. And so after like this whole pandemic hit, I was like, I need an outlet to talk about 90 Day Fiancé. So it started off just like a small little podcast, and I maybe had like 30 followers on Instagram, and yet I've also built up some relationships with the cast. So I started doing cast interviews, and it just kind of grew from there. And I love it. I love it.
Bless you, Mother Teresa, with the patience of Job doing cast interviews.
You can't see me, but mother,
I know.
Whatever it is.
I know.
Yeah. So, but it's worked out because, they now trust me, and I try to just be fair, and we talk about all the stuff, because really a lot of the drama happens behind the scenes. It happens after the season is aired, or even while the season is aired. And although, you know, they've cracked down a little bit on what the cast can say, this whole social media phenomenon, you know, they put it out there and people run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, especially with Deavan and Jihoon this last 3 to 4 months, that has just that it's more drama off the show, definitely, than on the show.
Oh, 100%, you guys. And, you know, I'll tease this a little bit. I sat on some information and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with it. But serious information, you guys, because it's gotten to the point where Deavan is getting death threats on not only her, but her daughter. And, you know, what do you do with that? What do you do with that information when it comes your way? Do you report it? Do you what do you do? So I had to sit with it and just really, I feel bad that people take it so seriously because at the end of the day, it's 90 Day Fiancé.
It's a TV show.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's Deavan and Drusilla. It's not a part of your life.
Right. Right. And it's reality. You know, take it or leave it. If you love her, you love her. If you hate her, you hate her. But it really can't be that serious.
No. Y'all find a hobby.
Yeah.
If you are giving Deavan death threats, get a hobby. Start crocheting.
Right.
Start hula hooping like Stephanie. Do something.
Lady will believe.
Or, you know, play around with some clown makeup. Become a clown.
Exactly.
Become a clown.
Go to clown college.
That's
Go
right.
to clown college.
That's right.
So there's, I think, several things Jake and I we wanted to, but you brought this up first because we do want to get into like kind of how you get the tea and how you know people. But before that, I think something you brought up that's really important is as a Black woman, and also because I know you personally, I know that you're not an American, you're Canadian.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada. And correct me if
From
I'm
the
wrong.
frozen north.
Is your father from Canada, or is he from somewhere, or was he originally from somewhere else?
So my parents are both from Africa. They're Guinean.
Yeah. Okay.
Guinean.
So with all of that kind of world perspective,
Yeah.
I feel like, what do you feel like you see on 90 Day? And you can talk about specific cult, like I'm sure like Biniam and Ari, you had way different types of opinion than us two gay white guys from America did. So, but anyway, so with doing this, what do you feel like has been something you feel like needs to be addressed that doesn't get talked a lot about in the 90 Day multiverse?
You know the immigrant experience, especially from your parents, much closer than we do. Yeah.
So I think my biggest concern is the travel component. I think that, unfortunately, just how the American society is, people don't really take time to travel a lot. So you either have people that are like, oh my God, I love to travel, or other people that say, hey, you know, I've never left my state. I've never left my city. And so speaking of like Binyam and Ariella specifically, just the way they portray, and it's all the time, it's always with all the other way, the way they portray the other country is disappointing because it's like saying, hey, you know what? My fiance is coming to, and no disrespect, California, no disrespect at all, but my fiance is coming to California and I'm going to go and show the world Skid Row downtown, and that's where we're going to live in some 2x2 apartment. And then all my friends are the street people. Do you see what I'm saying? Like there's so much more to the city.
Yeah.
And that's what you start seeing a lot of. And you saw it with Jihoon, you saw it with Ariella. And it's like
Michael and Angela. We saw with Michael and Angela.
Yeah. And it's really disappointing because there's a whole other side of the world that is not like that. And of course there's poverty everywhere, but that's not everything. And so I like to talk about that component too. And on my show, we started with the other way. I talked about how specific parts of Africa are beautiful and people are rich and people are living there gloriously. And that's part of the experience as well. There's poverty everywhere. So let's show the real thing. And that's kind of my world perspective of it. Yeah,
because there's nice parts of South Africa, but we never saw it with Tiffany and Ron.
That's right.
Oh my God. There's very nice parts of like Cape Town, and
Jake is still waiting to fuck his way through South Africa.
I heard.
Oh my God. I've never been, but I desperately want to go. But even places like Kenya, there's so much money in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've had I don't think we've had a fiance from Kenya.
No.
Have we? I don't know.
No, we
but
haven't.
yeah, it's been like we've had definitely Nigeria, baby, from Angela, and we've just had Ethiopia and Usman. Yes. I think
Usman.
shockingly, I believe, this comes as quite a shock. They're finished.
Breaking news. Jake just scooped the Melanated Way.
I just scooped Linda, y'all, by telling her that baby girl Lisa and Usman weren't together anymore.
All right. Well, I love what you describe in that it makes, I think, me feel validated for Jake and I, is that we really try to talk about, we get really grossed out with this idea that America is the best place in the world.
Yeah.
And that's promoted a lot. So that's the perspective Jake and I see and that we've talked to. So I hate that you bring it up, but I love, it's validating to hear that. It was Ari and Biniam. Those were like the most divisive, probably. We had so many people like fighting about that and coming at us, and some agreed with us and some did not, because it was just, there were so many layers. There was layers about being a woman and
being pregnant.
And this kind of like idea of
and
her coming from one of the wealthiest parts of the United States, and like coming
taking bang trips. And then
because Biniam was a fuckboy.
You meet a guy on a bang trip, and then you fall in love with him over the internet because you've somehow romanticized my African fiance.
And here's the thing. So what I say on my show all the time is that if you're going on a girls trip or you're going on a solo trip and you meet fuckboy here or bang boy here, it's like the slogan, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You don't then try to wife them up, marry them up, bring them back. Do you know what I mean? Like what happened there should stay there. And, Ariella and Binyam, okay, they're, the exception.
They're together.
They have,
but they're not the rule, you guys. If you think about like the Mollys and even this season, Stephanie, you're going on vacation. You're not in your real life. And they're definitely not in their real life. They're like,
I take quite exception to your comment, Linda, because I'm from Grand Rapids, and my fiance from Ladysville, Belize. We've known each other, and we are soulmates. I say that soulmates.
Sorry, I do her voice because it just makes me happy.
Makes you happy. Well, we don't know what happens because on our Patreon and you have a Patreon too, so we should say that you have a Patreon. We'll talk about that towards the end of the show because I want to tell everybody what that is. But on ours we're doing we just start. I think we're launching season 3 this week, right?
We're starting season 3
with what's the hot guy from Jamaica? Oh my God, he's hot.
Devar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Devar.
So that's why she met him on a bang trip.
She met him on a bang trip,
and now she's bringing him back to Ohio. So
however,
we'll see how that works.
It was much more innocent then.
Yeah.
And I think they had more. They met, and their souls met, and they had more interests that were kind of common.
Yes, that's true.
It wasn't like Ari decided to become Beanie's manager when she was down there, or it had a little more to it. As it sounds, I'm not really a big fan of Ari's. So, but it was a more innocent time, like in season 2 and season 3.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh, for sure. They seem, the couples in the earlier seasons, they definitely seem like they were in it for love, and not saying that these couples aren't, but I feel like they're more not even worldly, more experienced with the reality TV game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't see season 1, season 2 people jumping on OnlyFans real quick, but people in current seasons are on OnlyFans making that extra money. So it's like they're wiser to the game.
Yeah, and you question, would Brittany have decided to start dating Yazan had she not already been an influencer?
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's questions like that. You know,
That's right.
it makes her story make a lot more sense. You know, especially where things
100%.
go.
100%.
Yeah.
And the fact that
God
he
bless Brittany.
has modeling photos and that whole shebang. I mean, come on, you guys.
Yeah.
You're a model now? Not Brittany, Yazan.
Yazan, yes.
Yeah,
Yazan got an agent.
Yep.
Yeah, suddenly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be showing that skin. Well, now, so that's another thing we want to ask you, and we are going to get to a couple of games, but how do you, because everybody knows that, people like Deavan, who has your cell phone number from 90 Day Fiancé? Who can just call or text you, or would you not say? Like, how did this happen?
But it's like, I share?
Go ahead and
But,
put me on the spot.
I don't want you to share your secrets. More, we're interested. How did this happen? That
parties.
You're like the Barbara Walters
Parties.
of 90 Day
Okay.
Fiancé.
It's parties. So a lot of TLC mixers, just really getting to know the cast from the very, very, very beginning before their season blows up. And then literally exchanging phone numbers and talking about what to expect, because I've been there, done that with previous season cast members.
Right.
And then they talk amongst each other, and then they reach out. And, you know, one of the things that I think is great is that there's still some integrity in it.
Yeah.
You know, like they will tell me stuff that I won't blow up their page or blow up my page for gain. We discuss it. If we want to talk about it, then we talk about it. But yeah, I love them. Plus, I love them all. That Canadian.
I think that is so right. That's so fantastic that you say, I'm not going to talk about this, and what do you want me to say? And we can allow this to be released for something to talk about, and you have a discussion about it. That's great.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're just kind of like muckraking.
That, you know, and like, I'm not, my whole thing is, you know what? Of course, we all want the latest breaking news and gossip. I love that stuff. I've loved it for years. But what I don't want to also do is become like just dragging people through the mud, because they get enough of that. You know what I mean? So
right.
if I can present the story in an impartial way, then that's what I'm going to do. Do I absolutely have opinions all the time? 100%. But, you know, I save that for the show.
And I think it's so true. And what I will see on your Instagram is you will post pics of people who just sometimes don't have the best reputations. You'll say looking good and blah blah blah, and sometimes they will come for you in the comments, and I'm like, you know what? If she wants, she's talking about 90 Day, and she's saying this person just posted this. Here's what they're doing now. Don't come for her because she's just posting a picture, regardless if you hate them or not. I mean, think about it. You know. I feel bad sometimes when I see you post things and people are like, "Oh, this chick, what she was so blah blah." I'm like,
blah, blah, blah. And you know what? It's the same bad behavior. It's the same bad characters that do the same posting. And so I'm gonna spill a little personal tea, you guys. This is my personal tea. You can be having a full-on conversation, but I've already restricted you. So you can continue on and on and on and on and on, but no one's seeing it but me. So, and you guys know who you are, because when I look and see the restricted account, it's the same. Let's just say the same 100 people. And I know
I love Instagram for that. I love
you're
Instagram
miserable.
for that.
I know you're miserable and you want to take it out on me saying that this person that you hate looks hot and don't give them a platform. Yo, they got 1 million followers. This platform is not going to change that.
That's what's so interesting, is this idea that we think that we're promoting something by just kind of taking a picture. If you want to say something like, here's Ronald looking good at a party and blah 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 and stuff, it's like, why would you do this? You know, because on about 1,100 other accounts, people have already posted the same thing.
Yep.
Well,
so.
And you really, though, and I'm not just saying this because you're my friend, you do get usually tea first, I have to say. Like, you really do. I will even see some people like kind of like copy, and I'm like, I literally see Melanated Way like cut off in your screenshot, bitch. But you do get like, and do you think that's because like, do you, again, you don't have to tell us your secrets all, but I know you talk to cast members, but then do you have like other people that tell you shit too? Like, I feel like you literally are like sitting in a dark room with like one of those boards with pins on it everywhere with strings attached everywhere, just like
wait, what?
getting your.
Do you see what's happening over here? Let me quickly turn my light off. That's exactly what's happening. Let me just not give all the secrets. Yeah, between the cast and just being, a journalist and having sources, that does happen. People do send stuff all the time. And
you have a journalist background.
Yeah.
Like a lot of us Jake and I are fans telling dick jokes. You have done journalism. I mean, you've interviewed Oprah. You have a long journalism background, so you use a lot of that.
Yeah, so I use that, and then I just kind of pick through the things that I think are interesting. A lot of the time, people send stuff that they just want to smear. But can I just say, you guys, that OnlyFans leakage business with all the 90-day cast members, woo! My eyes seen things that I never had seen before. Like, never, ever, never. And I was like, and I wanted to talk. I talk about it all the time because to see them and know some of these people and then to see it, because I don't know what I thought OnlyFans was, really. I thought like it was like, a little bit sexy shoulder, a little bit of like,
we knew about it, Linda. Trust me.
Yeah. We're waiting for Andre to drop a dick pic. We're going to be honest.
Okay.
We're just waiting for that.
It is absolutely infuriating that her entire family has an OnlyFans, and I'm yet to see his ass.
Y'all.
What the hell?
Have you seen the bed one though, where he's on the bed with the pillow? Have you guys seen that?
I think there is
seen.
one. There is
That
one
is
where you
the
see his
most
butt.
revealing
But
thing.
I'm just saying, Andre, where's the goods? If we're gonna do this, do it.
I think that family might be the most extreme because that family is the most who even people who have barely been on the show a couple times, they're all like, we're in.
Charlie. Now I have to say, probably more than anybody we've watched on 90 Day, we really can't stand the pot houses the most. Like that is American privilege in its grossness to us. It really, really bothered us, because we talked about African countries, but also the other way, like kind of almost even the way they're like with Yara, and like they talk about like, that it almost makes it seem like where she's from is like this poor hovel of a city and not from a thriving, vibrant city with culture and people and restaurants.
That's this idea of American exceptionalism where we discount everything that's not either that or even Western European. Yeah. Like we'll allow their cities like Paris and London that are, but anything further, anything past like Germany that's like further east than Germany, we're like, must be a war-torn shithole.
It's true.
Well, that's how they were. That's how Charlie's family was about.
What's their
the peasants?
USA. The peasants. Now,
can you imagine using the word peasant?
No,
on a television show. When I heard it, my mouth dropped.
And can you imagine when those episodes actually air in Europe and everywhere else? What they must think of Americans? Like it's just fascinating to me.
They are the worst representation of America I think that's ever left the country. That whole clan.
I'll agree with that. So let's, we're going to play a game, but before, in case can we get to a little bit of tea? Can you drop a little bit of tea for us? Y'all, Poodle and I don't know what this is. So these reactions will be, oh, wow. Linda's actually opening a safe. She just took a prick of her blood and put it on and it just opened a door.
I did. So I think maybe this one is appropriate because it will lead into next Sunday. So as you guys know, there's that whole thing with Stephanie and Ryan and their issues off camera. And that we know that she slept with the cousin, and that
Harris.
I slept with cousin Harris.
So what we're going to see in the upcoming episodes is that Ryan's out. So there's going to be a confrontation. Oh, should I have said spoiler alert?
No, they're listening to us. They're listening to it.
People know.
No,
It's
I'm
me.
just shocked.
Yeah. So she's going to continue the season with Harris. And Harris is
Because
Harris
nothing
is
would be sweeter.
Harris is her love interest for the rest of the season. So wait, there's more. Again, spoiler alert if you don't want to know
This is already a fucking gift, Linda.
If you
keep going.
If you don't
I'm
want
so
to
sorry.
know this, then definitely plug your ears. But that's not going to last, right? So they're going to finish up that season.
Shocker.
Doesn't last, but she has met a new guy, and the new guy is sexy chocolate as well. So clearly, Stephanie has a type.
She's got a type. Yeah.
Yes. And the new guy is younger. He's local, and pictures have leaked of the new guy, and he's quite handsome, and he's been all over the Melanated Way page in the comments, like, how did you get my picture? How did you know? And you know, I did one of the photos because he needed to get his hair done, y'all. And one of the photos, he's like, why you do me like that? You know, I needed to get my twist done. You are like all up in my hair. I was like, listen, eyes are all around. If you're going to be kissing up on Stephanie in the middle of a broad daylight, you better have, be on point. So yeah, those three guys in this next little while. And guys.
Wow. See, Linda, I'm a cougar. I know what I'm doing. I like the boys. The boys like me. Prowling. I'm a cougar.
And you guys know she's on OnlyFans now too, right? You guys know.
We heard.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
I'm sad that this new person is local because that means she's not going to be on 90 Day Fiance anymore. That makes me sad.
Yeah, but not so sad because there'll be some spin-off where she can go on the single show.
Show. We haven't watched that yet. We haven't done any Discovery Plus. We need to watch it.
It hasn't started yet.
It's so weird though because she's a businesswoman.
Wow.
Who owns,
amazing.
I feel like she was like she had a nice house. Like I'm thinking, why would you do all this? Maybe it's something with fame that she thinks she can.
She wants to be a housewife.
But it's like Real Housewives of Grand Rapids.
And she wants to basically buy young black men to fuck her and have
that's the grossest thing about it all.
That's the gross. And like y'all I've talked about my boyfriends, but I've dated many black, but not in this. We're the same age, and B, I'm broke. But
it's financial abuse. It's
financial abuse.
She's a financial
really
abuser.
Gross.
Yeah, because she knows and she holds the purse strings over everything for him. We've seen it before with someone like Sean and Abby, where he was saying he had the money and he gave her the panties to sell. But like it's just financial abuse. It's gross.
Oh,
if she didn't sound like an idiot.
They had that undie thing in common because didn't Stephanie bring him some undies? Like when she said that, I was like, how old are you? That is not sexy at all.
And I know he likes skulls, so I brought him some skulls.
That was good.
That was good tea.
That was
really good tea.
That was really good tea. Poodle. I know you wanted to do
a little bit of games before we jump over to your show. I want to know. Do you name any cast member? Let's actually take it to this season. Let's talk about. So, what cast member from this season would you actually want to be friends with in real life? Like do things with?
This season, I like Julia. I think she's awesome.
I love her.
We love her.
Yeah. I like how she stands up for herself, and I like how she has that like fiery personality. So I definitely want to be friends with her.
She's my favorite from this season too. Mm-hmm. She's my kind of favorite personality.
Yeah.
Who have you either had contacts with? Who do you think is getting the worst edit on the show? Who, from what you have surmised?
The worst edit that is not true, or the worst edit as in that person shitty personality come out even more?
How about who's been the worst represented from who they really are than who you know?
I think that Amira is getting a little bit of a bad rep in the sense that she doesn't stand up for herself. I think that she's smarter and wiser than she comes across on the show.
That makes sense because I've been worried about I think a lot of it's probably in translation
Mhm.
for her. But I've been worried about, even when she was talking with her friend, French Charles Nelson Riley, that that's what we called him because he had such, like, the style was all over the place.
Yeah.
Even there, she was like trying to express herself in French, and maybe she just went through so much trauma that kind of affect wasn't really coming out. But I'm glad to hear that because I'm really worried about her because Andrew's, for me, the worst person on this season.
He's the worst.
Ugh.
He's
Yeah.
the worst, and he came out the gate the worst. Even before his season aired, he was smashing and trashing TLC and
Yeah. Oh, really?
trying to get ahead of it, right? Because he already knew that he was going to get portrayed like a douche. And then, y'all, when last week he took on Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, I was like, you don't want that
Wait a
smoke.
minute.
You don't want that smoke because those two, if they wanted to, they'd come for you.
And they destroy you. And
1,000%.
you
We
don't
love
have
them
the
both.
right. You don't have the right to like carry Chrissy Teigen's purse.
That's it. Don't put her name and don't put John Legend's name in your mouth. Who? What? Like Andrew?
Yeah,
sit
he sang.
down. Several
He
seats.
sang.
EGOT, I think not.
He sung. What was it? Well, he tried to sing "All of Me" in his weird, like, Phantom of the Opera bad voice.
Yeah.
Which, y'all, I'm a voice teacher. Don't listen to him. It's bad. That's a bad voice. It's
bad
all
voice.
like manipulated. It's all bad.
It's not good.
Gross.
Right.
One final question. If you, well, let's go 90 day. Let's go the full 90-day palette. Anyone cast seasons, past seasons, and I want to know who, we already said before, who would you want to spend time with, and blah blah blah. Who, if you could, if these were any guys, obviously, who would be your 90-day fiance?
What?
Or ladies, you can get
Or
freaky
lady,
deaky. We
you
don't
know.
care. We don't know your life.
Yeah, you do know my life, but
I do.
I would say I can only pick one person.
You can pick one or two. A tie.
We love a good threesome.
Wait, I would pick Patrick.
Oh, good
And
choice.
I would pick Syngin.
Oh.
Didn't see that coming, but he kind of does it for me in a weird way.
Yeah.
I think he's a
That
good
says
guy
a lot
too.
about your personality,
Doesn't
Linda.
it though?
You're like a nice guy, but you get freaky deaky
That's also true.
because Patrick is hot.
Yeah.
But at the same way, Patrick, unfortunately, on that show, he got dicked over by what's her name? I forgot her name.
She's a French girl too. I can't think of her name right now, but yeah,
Miriam.
Miriam.
What?
Yeah.
Because I know just because one of my friends is watching that season right now, and he's like, "Oh my God, Miriam is so hot," and I'm like, "Just wait."
She is very very pretty.
Beautiful.
I'm saying she completely played with him. She treated him like a toy.
Oh yeah.
And boy, that was, and I felt really bad for him. At the same time, I'm like, listen to your grandmother, honey. She knows.
yeah,
She knows.
100%.
Well, I think we should take this right over to your show, Linda.
And we're gonna drop tea on your show. Can you give us
tea.
Can you give us a hint of what the tea we're gonna hear on your show is?
The tea is going to be not only piping hot, but it might just swing another way.
All right.
Okay, y'all. Thank y'all so much for. Be sure to subscribe to the Melanated Way. We're putting all their links to Linda's show. It's going to be in the show notes, so that's where you can subscribe to the podcast. But also tell everybody about, because you do all your videos on YouTube and on Patreon. So take a little moment, take all the time, and explain to everybody where they can find you and what you've got going on.
Okay, perfect. So all across the socials. So if you're Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, we stream our shows Monday and Tuesday live on YouTube and on Facebook for free. So you can come on over, get some recaps, get some Discovery Plus, what's happening there, how to maneuver and all of that stuff. And then I do exclusive Patreon tea dropping and cast interviews on Wednesdays. And that's exclusively for my VIP subscribers. So head on over to the Melanated Way on Patreon. It's always a party. It's always a party.
Ooh, you bitch got her own tagline. I love it. Why don't we have a tagline?
Because we don't.
You know what? Because we couldn't remember it. That's why.
True. That's why.
Y'all jump on over to 90 Day the Melanated Way. This is us signing off. We will see y'all in a bit.
Yay! Part 2.